It's Wildcard Wednesday, time to play. Goldy and Mac bring fun your way. From training talk to crazy scenes, it's your weekly dose of wild routines. Wildcard Wednesday, part of your hype stream routine.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Wildcard Wednesday. We got a banger of a show coming your way because you know what? We are just 4 days away from the event that we've been training so much for, and we're here to talk about it. My name's Goldy. I'm here in Dallas, Texas, and I'm here with my friend on the other end, my brother from another mother. Introduce yourself.
What's up? It's Mac here. Hyped to be here. Wildcard Wednesday, baby. Let's get it, Goldy. I can't believe we're here, dude. We have 5 days till we're both racing. Oh my god, dude.
This is really unbelievable stuff. We've been talking about this for a very long time. The time has finally arrived, though. We got Sandra Petrozelli on the stream. She's all fired up. She says hello. That's my mom, for those of you keeping track at home. But
Hi, Mrs. Goldy.
we have been talking about this for such a long time. It has finally come. We have so much to talk about. I'm really excited to dive into it. Before we dive into it, though, we're going to be talking about race day strategy tonight. We're going to break down the course bit by bit. We're going to talk about what our strategy is with every twist and turn and foot of elevation. We're going to share how we mentally and physically prepare for the race as well. But before we dive into all that, I just always want to remind you, make sure, subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends. You see the handles above. I'm primarily on Instagram, YouTube, and X. Mac, where do you live?
Yeah, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Those are my big ones for sure. Hit me up. And Strava, baby. Hit me on Strava.
You know what? We get together maybe 5 minutes before the show starts. We go over a couple housekeeping things. But you know what? This is how I know we're on the same damn page, because I didn't even bring that up to him. But also follow me on Strava, because I just started a group. I'm looking to start a strong community. So I started the group. We're going to do challenges. We're going to encourage each other. We're going to bounce ideas off each other. So make sure to join that community. If you want the invite, slide into those DMs, and I will hook you up.
I wish we could stream on Strava, Goldy.
Maybe the future. Maybe if they get smart. If they do it, that was our idea. Don't you steal it. So let's get down to business here. We got a huge event coming up. So for those of you who have no idea why this is such a big race for us, this is not your ordinary race. We're not just going out there to run a half marathon or a marathon. We have some pretty specific, unique goals in place. Mac, why don't you start? Tell their friends on the in the internet why this means so much to you and what you're trying to do here.
Yeah, thank you, Goldy. I mean, we both have big races we've had on our calendar for a long time. And, you know, anyone in the stream can relate. When you have a goal in the calendar for a really long time and you've been chasing it, you get nervous. You're starting to get those butterflies in your stomach, as it gets closer. But I'm running the Buffalo Marathon, and so 26.2 miles. I've been training for about 17 weeks, 18 weeks pretty much. I'm training to qualify for the Boston Marathon in 2026. I got to run under 2 hours and 55 minutes, which is basically 6:42 pace per mile. So I got to run fast. We got to rock and roll, baby.
So think about that, folks. A 6 minute and 42-second pace for 26.2 miles. That is absolutely absurd. And that's to have a chance to qualify for the Boston Marathon.
It's a very tricky thing, as me and you have talked about in some of our other streams. I got to go as fast as I can, of course, so we're just going to try to go as far under, 255 as we can. But all we can do is what both of we just got to be as best we can in the day. We just got to be healthy. We got to do as best we can, and whatever happens, happens.
So to kind of piggyback off of your goal and your challenge, why Buffalo specifically, and why now for a Boston qualifying attempt?
Yeah, so, and I could say, Buffalo for a lot of reasons, just about the same reasons as you, right? I mean, it's home field advantage, baby. Just like our Buffalo Bills, it's home field advantage. We get to run on our home course.
I'm gonna interrupt you real quick. You mentioned the Bills. We got to give a shout out. Happy birthday, Joshy, our Lord and Savior.
Happy birthday, Josh Allen. Happy birthday, our King.
All right, go on. Sorry.
No, home field advantage, guys. It's familiarity, right? Goldy and I have both run the streets of Buffalo, New York, around Delaware Ave, Delaware Park, Elmwood Ave, 1,000 times. I know the streets. I know the area. Home field advantage. Got my family there. I know the course. It's close by. It's flat. Also, it's pretty flat, and so it's going to give me a good chance to run the time I want to run. But I think most importantly, home field advantage. I know the course. I know the area. It's going to be like, I'm clocking into work. Got to go take care of business, right? So that's kind of my thought. Why that? And why now? It's, this is the right time to be qualifying for Boston, right? It's only getting harder to qualify. I'm not getting any younger every day, but this is the right time. This is the time to push myself. I'm in that hardest age group, right, Goldy, to go really get that BQ that everyone wants. But this is the time to do it. I've never felt more ready. My body's healthy. I've been really fit. I've been, in the gym, doing everything, and now the running finally feels good. So it's time to get that BQ, baby. That's it.
And I know we've covered this ad nauseum, but just so I always want to make sure that people are on the same page and understand what we're talking about. BQ stands for Boston Qualifying, which means the Boston Marathon, obviously one of, if not the most popular marathon on earth. You can't just sign up and do it. You have to qualify to go to it. Now, the qualifying time doesn't mean you automatically get a slot in the race either. So, for instance, max age group, which is what?
That 25 to 35 age bracket.
So 25 to 35 age bracket requires a minimum time of 2 hours and 55 minutes. Now, each age group only allocates a certain number of slots. So they start with the fastest and go down from there. So if you run a 2:53, let's say, you ran a qualifying Boston Marathon time, but by the time it gets to you, they may be out of slots and you may not be able to attend the race. So that's what we mean by running a Boston qualifying time and actually being able to sign up for the race. There is a difference, and it is important to that Mac's goal is not to just run a Boston qualifying time. His goal is to get to the race and run it in 2026. So to be clear.
Absolutely. I want to be on that starting line. I want to do whatever it takes to be on that starting line. So Goldy knows, and Goldy might be done a little bit before me, so he's going to be cheering me on at that finish line. If Goldy sees me rounding that last corner of that convention center and I'm at like 252, whatever, he's going to see me busting my butt to get to that finish line and get as low as I can.
That's where your legs go numb and you just feel like you're flying. It's pure adrenaline at that point,
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you too, so do all the races start at the same time? Did it half in the full?
They do, actually. I thought for a while they didn't, but I thought they staggered it by a little bit a while back. But as of the website, it is listed as both start at the same time. So
6:30, right?
Folks out there, that means Goldy and I will be on the starting line together. It's going to be like thunder and lightning on that starting line.
And I'll tell you, so for those of you who don't know, I'm going to be running the half marathon, but it's a world record attempt. World record? You're a short little white guy. What are you doing trying to set a world record? Well, I am trying to set the Guinness World Record for the fastest half marathon in lacrosse equipment. So I currently am the Guinness World Record holder for fastest marathon in football equipment. So I wore a full football uniform and ran the Dallas Marathon. I live down here in Dallas in an Arlington Renegades uniform. I broke the record of 3:33. I ran it in 3:29, which is about an 8-minute per mile pace. So the lacrosse equipment idea came to me because I've never, usually I come home to Buffalo for Bills games, which are in the fall, obviously. I came home for the playoff game. I never go home in the summer or when it's nice out. Ironically, the weather's going to be terrible this weekend, but neither here nor there. It's great for runners. We'll get into that in a second, but I decided a long time ago that I wanted to do this. And in Buffalo, we have a team called the Buffalo Bandits. If you don't know who they are, it's an indoor lacrosse team, part of the National Lacrosse League, and as fate would have it, I signed up for this Like when you apply to break a Guinness World Record, you have to do it months in advance. So I applied for this record, I think in January or February. Now even maybe before that, but either way, as fate would have it, the Buffalo Bandits not only made it to the championship game, but the championship series in lacrosse and indoor lacrosse is a 3-game series. They won game 1. They lost game 2. So the tie-breaking game is the day before the marathon. How about that for a twist of fate, huh?
That is crazy.
What the hell are the chances of that? So I'll be wearing a Buffalo Bandits uniform, either celebrating the win or
you're mourning the loss.
Or mourning the loss. But either way, the timing is really crazy. I got faith in my Bandits. I think they're going to get it done. But
Goldy, I took a peep on your Strauber Instagram, and you did one of your first training runs in your full gear. If you haven't seen it, go check out Goldy's socials. Goldy, how was that run in hot Texas in your full gear?
It was a nightmare, an absolute nightmare, and that's why I mentioned the weather in Buffalo this weekend. I think at race time is like when we start running, it's gonna be like 46 degrees.
Goldie, I don't even want to jinx it. I don't even think we discussed weather on the stream.
We did.
That's how perfect it is. I don't even want to talk about it. Like it is so perfect looking for our running. I like it.
Knock on wood.
No,
it looks amazing, and I'm pumped because I've been in situations where, like living in Buffalo as a triathlete, I'll train in cold weather and then I'll go somewhere for a race and it's like really hot, and it's really hard for your body to adjust that way. The reverse, though, I think works really well. I've been training in heat. It was 101 degrees here last week. Consistently, it's been in the 80s. So I've been training outside in that kind of muggy. It's been muggy. It's been hot. So I'm going to feel like I'm, lightning on the course, hopefully. I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah.
The record is 1 hour and 44 minutes.
That's about, what, 7:40 pace?
Well, I'm going to try probably around that. My goal is to run a 1:30, right around there, because it's about a 6:52 pace if I run a 1:30. For me, I think that's cruising. Listen, I just have to break the record, right? This is my thought process. I just have to break 144. That's it. But I do want to break it by an amount where the guy who I'm breaking the record of doesn't get any thoughts about doing it again. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to run like a 140 and then have him go, I could run a 1. You know what I mean? I want to crush this guy. And ironically, I didn't think I told you this either. The guy who owns the record for fastest half marathon in lacrosse equipment is the guy that I beat for the marathon record in football equipment. It's the same guy. So we got a little bit of a rivalry brewing here. He's an Australian, so we're doing it for the USA, baby. USA. USA.
He got you on your dartboard, Goldy. I know that. Or you have him on your dartboard.
I'm not
sure.
It's a little spy v spy here. No one knows what's up, but we're all, but it's kind of cool. So listen, we laid the groundwork. We've been talking about this for a while. Yeah. Let's get into the X's and O's of it all, okay?
I agree.
So let's do this. I'm going to switch gears here. Here we go. Here's some magic happening. And ta-da! We have the course up. So, folks, this is what the course looks like. So I'm going to minimize this here. So, boom. So for those of you who don't know, by the way, this is a map of Buffalo, New York. This is Canada right here, where it says Fort Erie. That we literally live on the border of Canada. So a lot of you don't know that. It's pretty crazy. We're as far west in New York as you can go. So let's zoom out again a little bit. So here's the course. So just high level, kind of talking about it here. You can see you start downtown, and then the half marathon, and obviously the first half of the marathon, it's all south, basically. You do go a little bit north to start out, but then you make a U-turn and then head down, and it's all south then. Yeah. I'm not going to be in Delaware Park. You mentioned that. Nope. That's the big extra part for you that you have to do. I won't be up that way. Me. Yeah, I was that hill. Be careful on that hill. We'll go over that in a second. But Yeah, I'm not dealing with any of that stuff. So I always feel bad because I'm going to show you right here. We're going to zoom in on the starting line. I don't know why they do this, but when you approach the finish line, wait a minute. Oh, they changed it. Okay. You can see I've done a lot of research here. I just don't even know what we're doing. All right, so where do we diverge? Okay, this is news to me.
Let me give you a little breakdown here.
Yeah.
So let Max take over here.
Yeah, I clearly have no idea what I'm talking about.
Every single morning, because here's the thing, and Goldy, you feel free to jump in here. I just feel like since the Buffalo Marathon, everyone on here, Buffalo Marathon is not a massive marathon. It is a good marathon. It's not your 20,000 people race. Goldy, I don't know the number of people in this now, but let me just be clear. It's a thin race. It's not like there's 100 people doing it, but there's lots of gaps in the race that do form. And so what I've been thinking about for the last 2 months is, because I'm running kind of fast, I'm going to be in the top 40, 30-ish of the marathon. I have been kind of nervous. Hey, am I going to be on my own for a lot of that second half? So I've been doing a little research, and every single morning, I try to look at the course for a minute before I kind of start my work day, right? So I've been peeking this for a while. Where you diverge, if you zoom in...
Bird Avenue, right?
It's honestly just right around where it says start. Just zoom in on that. Everything you need to know is right around the start, because we start and the finish is just the block over to the right once you zoom in a little bit. So the diverge point literally is, it's almost like there's like 100 meters before the finish. Like you're just going and then you just veer a little bit to the right and run 100 meters and you're finishing, and I just stay on the left side of the road and then I keep going up to the second half of the course.
So we start, right? We're starting here.
Yeah.
So we take off. Mm-hmm.
It's a 6 mile out and back.
What is this?
Kind of 3 miles out, 3 miles back. You can see mile 6 is right there at the start, right? Do you see that?
So wait a minute. I'm confused. So okay. So we start, we got the start. Okay. So we take off. What is this sharp left turn?
Don't worry about that left turn. That's later in the race.
That's later on. Okay. That's what I was getting confused. So we're together. There's mile 2.
Yep.
Okay. Or no, that was 5K mile 2. There's mile 1. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So we're cooking mile 2. We're still together.
Mile 2 is right around Canisius High School, in front of it.
Yep, right. Okay, yeah. So then we hit Gate Circle.
Yep, you veer. We go around it the wide way.
Yeah.
Around Gate Circle.
So then we come up this way. We just make a random U-turn here?
Yep, you're going to go up. We got to pass. It's going to be right up, just past the Delaware Park Rose Garden.
Right in front of the Albright Knox.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we make a U-turn there.
Yep, a straight up just 180.
Okay. So we head down this way. There's mile 3.
Yep.
Heading down. Okay, this is where we diverge.
No, it's not. Because if you go right, that's mile 23. That's for me. You're staying the same way. You're going back the way you came.
Right, but I'm saying this is where the marathon... Oh, wait.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, stay with me. I got you. Just follow right along. You're just going back the way you came to the start.
So there's 4. Okay. 5.
Mm-hmm. You're going to pass 6.
6.
Yep.
Now we make that right at Delaware, or Huron.
Yep.
So we're together the whole time.
You're the whole time.
Gotcha. Okay. And down here by the lake. This is where
This is the cool part of the course. I like this part of the course a lot.
They changed it.
I don't know what it was before.
So when I was with Fleet Feet, we were out here.
Really?
We were here on the waterfront. because we would park over here and take this bridge across and set up shop over here. So it's different. Okay. All right. I got no problem with this. Okay, so then we go here. So then here's 9.
Yep.
Then right behind City Hall.
Yep.
Out to the waterfront, there's 10.
Yeah. This is my favorite part of the course, just from where you are right now.
Yeah.
That mile 10, 11, super cool part of the course.
It is.
Just beautiful. The best part of the city, honestly. And just kind of heading around the marina right there. Awesome part of the course.
Now, fun fact out there, folks. Mac, you may not even know this. So this is the Buffalo Inner Harbor right here. The Erie Basin Marina. If you notice the harbor, what's that shaped like? It's shaped like a buffalo.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know you were asking me or the chat.
Yeah. It's shaped like a buffalo on purpose. They designed this to look like a buffalo on purpose. How cool is that, right?
That's so cool.
All right, so anyway, back 11, and then make a right here. And, right in front of the arena.
Yep.
12, loop back around, and then we are heading home. So once we get here, you're looking right at the finish line, and then you're like, hard right, and then back up. That's brutal. That's tough looking at that finish line, running right at it, and then making a 90-degree turn.
Yeah, it's right where you hit that finish. I'm zooming in on the finish right now for the half marathon. Do I go left? Do I?
No, you make a right at Eagle Street.
Oh, you're right. I do.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, I see it.
So because I'm only running the half, we're gonna switch gears here, real quick. We're gonna go down to the elevation profile.
Yeah. Do it.
So if you notice, the majority of the climbing doesn't happen until the end. And then Mac deals with all this nonsense the second half of the race, the second half of the marathon. I'm not dealing with that nonsense. So good luck. I'll be at the finish line waiting for you. Honestly, though, I think the chart makes it a little bit worse than it actually is. 245 feet gain over the course of a marathon, it's not that bad.
That's not that bad.
No.
It's not that bad.
The chart, I mean, obviously it's all perspective, right? Like the chart goes from 481 to 666.
Yeah.
Ironic they made it the devil, but there you go. So I think, between 10.6 and 15.9, I mean, I'm finishing. It looks like I like to get a little bit more specific on this elevation profile because it looks like you maybe just glide down right into the finish line. That's kind of the way the profile looks.
It looks like it's right about at that 13 spot.
Yeah.
No?
It does. So, I mean, what I like about this course is look at that. You're starting off hot, so you can kind of run some negative splits out the gate, get ahead of the game a little bit. Yeah. So now I'm done. I'm running the half marathon. I'm celebrating a world record. We did it. Let's go. Now let's pick up Mac. So you made the right on West Eagle Street, and I'll tell you from experience. And you'll say, from experience as well, from all the races that I've done, whenever there is a half and full marathon on the same course, we say 80% of the people are running straight to the finish line. It's a lonely feeling making that separating move, right? Not a lot of people are doing that. That's when you really start to dig in and you're in for the fight,
I am when we make that veer off, as you can see on that map, I'm staring down the barrel of a 13-mile gun right after that. And right after that, and here's my thought too. If you look, I think the worst stretch of the marathon course is right after the veer off. If you zoom in a little bit, look at this long straight line I got to run with no turns, nothing there except just me in a straight line of about 3 miles up to Delaware Park.
It's
that's,
boring.
I think, the worst stretch.
It's boring as hell.
Yeah.
And this is just neighborhoods. This is just houses. You're hoping that people are out there cheering you on, making the time go by a little quick.
That the family doesn't have to get out early and go to church and back out in front of me.
So this part, once you get here, this is where it starts to get a little bit more exciting again. Once you get to Delavan Avenue.
Yes.
And by the way, that's my dog's name. My dog's name is Delavan.
Shout out Delavan.
Because they found him on Delavan Avenue, and I adopted him from the Buffalo Animal Shelter, who I'm fundraising for this event. By the way, link in the description below. Check it out. All right, so this is where you go around the cemetery. Where, do you know who's buried there?
A bunch of people.
Famous.
Who is it? Gosh, what's their name? It's isn't it a president?
Rick James.
Rick James.
I think a president is buried there too.
I think a president is buried there. Hey, in the chat, let us know who's buried at the Buffalo at Forest Lawn Cemetery. I'm pretty sure a president is.
Yeah, come on, Mom, do some work. All right. So these are called the infamous S-curves in Buffalo. They separate the two parks here. You got Delaware Park, and then you got Hoyt Lake over here, the casino. So you go through the S-curves. You're going to make a right on Nottingham. This is where there's some big-time old houses and some big money in this area. So then you make a right into Delaware Park, and I'll zoom out a little bit here. So, fun fact of the day, the guy who designed the city of Buffalo, his name was Frederick Law Olmsted. He's the guy who developed New York City. So once he was done with New York City, he moved to Buffalo. He helped develop the city of Buffalo, and having green space in the middle of a city, like Central Park, obviously he developed that, came here, and developed Buffalo's version of that, and that's what this is. So this is a very cool space. You can see you can golf for free in there. They got foot golf. There's baseball diamonds. There's soccer fields. There's tennis courts. There's all kinds of fun stuff over there. Mm-hmm. This right here, starting right around here where it says Delaware Park and Skajakwata, like right here, this is whoa! What just happened? I did not. Okay, what? I don't know what I just did. Oh boy.
I can't see what you did on your screen, so
I have no idea what I just did. Well, anyway, I'm in some like weird view now.
Wow. What did you do?
I have no idea. I clicked something. All right.
You're in
well, anyway.
3D.
Yeah.
You're in 3D.
Well, it was an accident, but it's kind of cool. All right. So anyway, right here, right under where it says Delaware Park, this is kind of like, let's scroll down to, that's going to be like, what mile is that? That's probably like 16, right?
So at mile 17 is as soon as you enter the park.
Yes.
17.
Yep.
That is literally DP.
So if you notice, this is probably one of the worst parts of the race. Just there's no doubt about it. And I can speak from experience. I know I'm not running the marathon this time. I have run marathons before, though. Mile 17, 18 is where you do start to crash. Like, if you do hit that wall, that's typically if you're not fueling right or hydrating right or, you went out a little too hard. So this is like a pivotal moment in the race.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking? What's going through your head once you enter Delaware Park knowing that this is it? Like, basically, once you get past this part, it's down literally literally and what's the other word? I'm an idiot. I'm bonking right now. Figuratively, literally and figuratively downhill from here. So know once you get up this, the end's in sight. So what are you thinking? What's going through your head here?
Well, what I'm trying to think and what I've been mentally planning is the race doesn't start till I get in DP. And so I'm trying to basically just turn my brain off for those first 13 miles, like that first loop when I'm running with the half marathoners, right? And then that long straight stretch going to DP. I just want to zone out. I don't want to use any mental energy. I just want to be smooth and just run. And I don't want to like push myself yet, because if I can save it, Goldy, until I get into DP, until I make that right turn where you see on the map at mile 17, if I can save that gear of like, I'm in DP, race is on, I think that will get me in a good spot to get me through that stretch, right?
So do you have a technique that you kind of go to when you're running up a hill to conserve energy or become more efficient?
It depends. It definitely depends on the race and when in the race I'm going up that hill. But I'd say for a marathon, I'd say the only thing I try to think of is kind of just maintain the same effort. I don't need to stress about the pace. It's not like I'm trying to beat a guy to the top of the hill, right? It's a freaking marathon. All I try to focus on is I just worry about, I stop looking at my watch, right? I just stop looking at the watch and I just go, I don't care if that hill is a mile long or 100 meters. I just go, okay, it's a hill here. My pace is going to slow down. I'm just going to run off effort and feel, right? That's it.
Now, I lived, so here's Delaware Park. I lived right, where did I live? I lived right here, right? I lived right here on Traymore Street. So, see the cursor? Okay. Here's the park. So I know this park like the back of my hand. I ran it. Yeah. I can't even tell you how many times. I mean, daily for years.
We've ran that course, that loop so many times.
And our job that we worked together at in Fleet Feet, it was right there. So the point of me saying that is where this music note is right here. Once there's a statue of a Native American, like with a dog hunting. Once you get to that point, that's the apex. That's the top. The rest of the race is literally downhill from there. You can look at the profile. Once you get here, I guess this part, what's mile 20, 22 to like 24? What's that? So you get out of the park.
Yeah.
And you're running through this neighborhood. You get to 19.
22, 20, that range is going to be a weird couple miles. That's going to be where you're kind of navigating through this, like, that
neighborhood.
Have like neighborhoods. So they are going to be very shaded, and you will get some wind protection kind of in there. But those are just you're just kind of going down the neighborhoods, right?
Oh, so you leave Delaware Park and then come back.
I know. Yeah, it's not a straight up Delaware Park loop. You actually kind of leave it and kind of come back to it.
Yeah. Okay. So then you get to 21.
The funny part I think is what I'm thinking about is when I'm leaving Delaware Park, it's probably going to be around I'm just looking here, probably around the 2 hour and 10 mark for me. And there's going to be people getting into Delaware Park still, like, for sure.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? There's going to be people still at mile 10.
And literally, I go right by them. You see, I have to leave the park, and they get in, and they're going to see me leaving.
Dude, when you get to mile 22...
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be still people making the first... Nah, maybe not.
No way.
No
way.
No, that's right. So you come back, the art gallery again. So you're going to see the art gallery twice.
Yeah.
And then you come down and you make a right at Bidwell.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then
I take that Bidwell Plaza kind of strip.
Yeah.
So I'm taking Richmond Ave.
Yeah, I used to live on Richmond and I hated I wasn't a runner when I lived on Richmond. I used to hate Marathon Day.
Oh, times have changed.
I know. I lived at Summer in Richmond, right at this corner. So I was right on the course. So then 24, then you pass Kleinhans. That's where I graduated high school. Come down north. And then make a right back on Elmwood. How good are you going to feel at mile 25?
Dude, Goldy, mile 25 is Coulter's Bay. It's literally the corner. If you zoom in, it is Coulter's Bay.
Oh, it is. That's right.
Everyone's been to Coulter's Bay if you're from Buffalo. My dad's been to Coulter's Bay. Everyone went to Coulter's Bay. And I just keep thinking, get to Coulter's Bay, and you got a mile to go, baby.
Oh, my God. So this is the route I run for the 17-mile run I do to the Bills game every year. Okay. I run down Delaware. This is all downhill. This is just fun.
Dude,
This is just fun at this point. This is victory lap season at this point.
I know, dude.
So you come down here, and then you're going to... Wait a minute. So you come down. Oh, you make another right. Wait,
Yep.
no.
No, it's left. I make 2 lefts.
Where did I miss that? Okay, so 25. You're coming down.
Or I think I might do a... Oh, wow. I have to do a full loop of the monument. I have to do a full loop.
Oh, yeah.
Of course
There you
I
go.
did.
That's your victory lap.
Of course it makes me go all the way around.
And that's going to be a moment, though. That's sick.
Dude. Oh, my God.
Right in front of City Hall. That final loop. There you go. And then
Goldy,
the finish.
you think I should stop at City Hall, pay my parking ticket during the race, or what?
Yeah, dude. You'll be on pace for a sub 3-hour marathon, I think. Or sub 2-hour, I mean.
Yeah. I got time to sit an hour in City Hall, right?
You
Get
should
that
stop
parking
at Culture
ticket
Bay, have some drinks.
off. Yeah.
So that's the race course, folks. That's the plan. So it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be really, really something, man. I mean, we're ready. I mean, there's nothing more to do at this point. I mean, we're prepared. You just have to trust the training. So
Yep.
let me ask you this. Do you have people coming to watch you? Do you have them kind of strategically laid out if people are coming to support you? What's the move here?
No, it's a great question. I would love to know what you've done in some of your longer races too for like kind of strategy and fueling. But I have no strategy except at the half marathon point, because that's the point where, like, it's at the finish basically, right? So I have my dad is going to be there with my one water bottle. That's my easy water bottle to just squirt, and it has just a specific electrolyte drink in it that I want. So he's just going to toss that to me, and then I'm just going to, kill it and give it back to him and just throw it on the ground, and he'll pick it up or something. But other than that, that's the only times, like, Dad just find me at that point, and I can snag that bottle to do, get a little bit of hydration that I want. And other than that, it's going to be random spectator, random, friends and family come out to support. And so, hey, if you're out, drop it in the chat. If you're coming out to watch Buffalo Marathon, we'd love to see you. I'd love to hear you scream and cheer. We need it. I need it for sure. But that's kind of just open invite for whoever wants to cheer. Honestly,
I love it. Yeah, for me, well, I guess let's talk about strategy and prep, because I think that's a lot of people get interested in knowing what the lead up to a race looks like and what your plan is like during the race. So. Yeah. Off the heels of what you were just talking about, planning and like fueling and hydration.
yeah.
For me, I'm really weird. I don't really eat goos or gels and stuff like that on a race. For me, I'm like, it's an hour and a half. I can power through it. I'm not going to like crash. I'm going to get tired, obviously, but I'm not going to get to the point where I pass out or anything like that. I'm just like mentally just do an hour and a half. And you got to realize I have a helmet on that has straps, and I have gloves on, and I'm going to have a lacrosse stick in my hand. So I can't drink, really. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to be throwing water at me.
I hope I get to see you at one point in the race, maybe when I turn around or something.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to hear you yell at me and like see you in your full gear.
I'm going to run on the interior part. So, like, when you make the U-turn, you'll be able to see me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's the problem. Like, that's a challenge that, like, with the football helmet, you have the face mask, but, like, underneath, I could, like, get the water kind of, like, I could do that. With a lacrosse helmet, it's a full cage. So, like, I can't. Like, I'm just going to have to throw water at me and hope it goes in my mouth. Because I can't definitely, like, eat stuff. I'm going to have to, like, if I want to, stop at a station, like, rip a glove off, take a strap, rip the helmet off, drink something or eat something quick, and then throw it back on, put the glove on, and go. That's why I got to try to run, like, negative splits, because I'm trying to, like, build in some breaks into it. You know what I mean? Like, when I ran the Dallas Marathon, I ran a 3:29. Moving time was probably like a 3:15. But
Oh, wow.
I, stopped a couple times to, like, to eat something, like to get water in me, or I stopped to pee the one time, like I have to so that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like get ahead of it and build in a stop or two to like get some water. You know what I mean?
You need an extra long straw to fit through the face mask.
I know. Do you? All right. So that's what I was going to ask you actually. So let's talk about gear. What head to toe? What are we rocking? I know one of the mainstays of your races. You said backwards hat. That's non-negotiable. So we know we're starting there.
Yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, I'm keeping the fit a little secret until race day.
Oh,
so
okay.
I can really just drop the full kit on the Instagram for the first time. So I'm honestly like, I have it all assembled. I have it's Nike head to toe.
Okay.
And it's just sweet. It's perfect, and I'm just gonna look good, feel good, race good, baby. So I'm excited to debut the fit and get some starting line Instagram pics. Like I'm hyped, honestly.
So aside from the fit, because we all know that is very important, the kicks, we know what you're wearing there. You got them on you?
No, not on me right now. They're over in the closet. They're keeping warm and resting.
They're resting. Yeah, they got to stay out of daylight. I get it.
Keep it down.
So what are they? What's the specific make and model? I mean, they're Nikes, but what is the?
We got the Nike Alpha Fly 3 prototype edition colorway. The all whites with the blue streak. They are sharp. Drop your favorite racing shoe in the comments if you have one. What brand is everyone even loyal to? What if you had to wear a racing shoe? What are you racing in? I know Goldy's an On guy. I'm a Nike sucker. I will die for the swoosh. I love it. So I'm swoosh head to toe, baby. But there's a lot of good racing shoes out there.
There are.
Goldie and I were even talking about Puma dropped their new racing shoe that looks sweet at Boston Marathon.
At this point, maybe even as early as like 10 years ago, you had the dominant brands. But now I think it's more of a preference. Like for instance, not to shit on them, but like there were Carhoos out there, right? And you're like, what are we doing with this? You know what I mean? Like
what are we doing?
Don't run a marathon in Carhoos. But nowadays, you have Ultra, you have Brooks. I mean, that's obviously like the
Brooks,
standard.
Asics,
Brooks, Asics, Saucony,
Zuno,
Nike,
Puma.
Adidas. Like the list goes on and on. It's more preference, and a lot of different shoes tend to fit different kinds of feet and different striking styles as well. So go to your local run shoe store. I'm telling you, that makes all the difference in the world. It will really I know it doesn't sound like it does, but once you put on a really good pair of running shoes that clicks with you and like your gait, it's game over. It's game over. Even think about how
if Carhu wants to sponsor me for about $100K a year, I'll run in Carhu's.
I will dub over what I just said, and it will just be like, oh yes, Carhu's the best brand out there ever.
Carhu's.
But I mean, so even like think about
what are you racing in? I know you're doing ons, but
I'm doing the On Cloud Runners.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm an On Cloud Runner guy. I may even just buy a pair when I get to Buffalo. The pair I have is like I've had for a while.
Going to Runner's Roost?
Might go to Runner's Roost. Screw Fleet Feet. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we have a discount from the marathon. The half marathon. We got a discount to Runner's Roost, like 20%.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did with your registration.
Runner's Roost. I'll be seeing you on Friday, baby. So I like the Cloud Runners a lot, though.
Good.
How about like taping? Do you tape at all? Use KT tape?
No taping for me. Honestly, I don't do anything funky like that. It's my watch. I'm wearing my fit, shoes. That's it. Sunglasses. Other than that, I'm not wearing anything else funky.
You know what I've gotten into recently?
What?
No strips.
Dude, I see those on my TikTok every freaking day. They are tempting. I don't have any. I've never tried them. I would do them because I feel like they could only help. I just got a pack of 60 of them. They're athletic ones. Dude, let me use one.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil what we have planned, but when we do meet up in Buffalo, we can test it out, all right?
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah, I'll bring them. Personally, I have an issue. I got in an accident when I was a kid, and my nose is all screwed up, and I can't smell or taste. I get really bad, like it's congested and it doesn't flow right. So the nose strips help me out quite a bit. So I'll be rocking the nose strips with the eye black. Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
So I know you don't want to think about this, but let's talk about it. What's something that you think could like derail everything? Like, what's something that like, you know, you want to be prepared for the unprepared, right? Like that's like, what if it rains?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I mean, I'm thinking about that all the time. It depends on the situation, right? I think all you can do is control the controllables, right? And so that was the saying that went back to when I was competing in college, or my coach would say, control the controllables, right? I can't control the weather. I can't control maybe the course is weird or something, right? I don't know. But all I got to control is my fueling, my pacing, my effort, my strategy. And then whatever the time is at the end is going to be what it is. So, hey, if it starts raining when we start running, at the end of the day, I got to just run my effort. And whatever happens. I think what could derail it is the simple thing with marathons. What we hear, all of me and you have, other runner friends that have bonked from lack of fueling during the race. I gotta be fueling. I can't neglect it early in the race. I think I gotta fuel early. Make sure I put enough fluids in. I am kind of nervous about taking a leak on the course. I did do that at the Marine Corps Marathon. And luckily, there was a really secluded spot. I barely even stopped. I just went off the side behind a tree and just didn't jump back on the course. But I am nervous about that in Buffalo.
Dude,
I'm gonna have to go.
For my Ironman at Lake Placid, I just pissed myself.
I'm very much considering it.
Dude,
so,
if you're trying to break, like, if you're trying to hit a PR and qualify for Boston, just piss yourself. Who cares? Let's go. Let it rip.
Buffalo Marathon, we pissed ourselves, baby.
More like a PQ, am I right? Yeah.
So honestly, yeah, I mean, what could derail it is just lack of sticking to my plan, and I just gotta follow the race plan, fuel. I don't see a big derail happening. The only thing that's gonna derail me is just maybe I don't got it at the end, right? Maybe I don't have that pop at the end, and hey, whatever. I'm still in great shape, and I'm healthy, and is what it is.
I don't foresee that happening. Your runs have been absolutely unbelievable. If you're watching this, go check out his Instagram. He posted a couple runs up. It's unbelievable. He looks like a freaking gazelle. Like it's effortless, and the pace that he's recording himself running at, it looks like you're like, what? That doesn't even make sense, but it's amazing. Honestly, it's really good.
Thank you.
So,
something for you.
What?
I had something for you real quick. So the last thing we haven't talked about is night before the race. After you do your last meal, you're kind of in that last hour before you're getting ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
What are those last couple of things? Maybe what show are you throwing on? What are you doing to kind of like lay low and get in the zone? What are those last couple of things you're doing? And all your gear's ready. You're all set. Like, but what are you doing to chill and kind of zone in?
So the way I like to do it, I set everything up so when I wake up, literally the only thing that I have to do is go. Like, just put it on and leave the house.
Same.
That's what I like to do. I don't like getting ready the day of a race. So I'll have dinner. I'll drink a bunch of water. And, I like playing video games. I'm a video game guy. I'm a Nintendo Switch guy. I got it right here. As you know, I'm streaming Mario Kart all the time. I'll probably just play some kind of simple RPG. Keep it easy. Might play a little Mario RPG. Might play a little Pokemon. I don't know what I'm going to do, but something. A little Stardew Valley. That's my jam. But I just like to play video games, kind of chill out. And then this is going to lead perfectly into the last thing I wanted to talk about today.
Okay.
I have a playlist on Spotify.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
So I listen to this to go to bed. It's called.
Don't tell me you listen to hype music before you try to relax and go to sleep.
No. I'm not that crazy.
Okay. Thank you.
I listen to Sleep Sounds for Overthinkers. That's the name of the playlist on Spotify. It's awesome. It's by Zen members. I don't know. Sleep Sounds for Overthinkers. I'm telling you, I listen to that every night. I've been sleeping like a baby. It's great. Now, when I wake up, I have a playlist. If you're interested in my playlist, I can share it with you. I'll send you the link to my YouTube. It's a private playlist that I have, but I'm going to go over some of the songs or videos on my running playlist. You ready?
Yeah.
This is what I listen to.
Goldy, if we could clip this, we should do a top 3 songs on your running playlist, and then we could clip this to put it up on TikTok or Instagram or something.
We'll clip that in a second because this is bizarre. This is what I listen to just getting ready for the race, right? This isn't in race. This is leading up to the race, right? This is all morning I'm listening to this, okay? You ready?
Yep.
Hold on, let me get to it. Okay. I'm just going to list some of them. Why Do We Fall? Motivational video. Unbroken. Motivational video.
Okay.
Chase Your Greatness. Ultimate motivational video. Okay. So, basically, those are speeches. Those are speeches that I listen to. Okay. So now... Okay, we're going to... Ready? All right, Mac. Let's talk about top 3 songs that you listen to while you're running to get the blood flowing, to get that heart pumping, and to make you cross that finish line with an exclamation point. Go.
Oh my gosh, yeah, top 3 songs so that I have to listen to be probably right before my race. Like, I'm taking the headphones off and I'm jogging over the starting lines. The last couple songs in my ear, in no order, gotta be Superhero by Metro Boomin, Future. That has to be on there for sure. Another one probably has to be DLZ by TV on the Radio. Shout out in the Breaking Bad show. It was in there. And then last one probably has to be, I'm probably going to go Ballin' by Logic. Kind of a sleeper, but love that song.
Okay.
What about you, Goldie?
I like it. So mine are a little bit different. And by a little bit different, I mean mine are kind of bizarre. So as I walk to the starting line, I listen to an epic cover of The Final Countdown by Damned Anthem. I'm telling you, I'm on the verge of tears listening to that as I walk up. During the race, I listen to the 11th song in the How to Train Your Dragon soundtrack. It's the test drive. It's the score. I'm telling you, it's when Hiccup learns how to ride Toothless. When I'm running, that gets my absolute adrenaline spiked. And then I try to time this up. When I cross the finish line, I listen to the music from the movie Miracle as they're beating the Soviet Union, that build-up to the Miracle on Ice. Oh, I try to time it to when I cross that finish line that they're winning. Those are my 3.
Do you believe in miracles?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It gets me so fired up. I listen to a lot of like orchestra music because what I find like soundtrack music and like epic battle scenes and stuff, because when you take words out of it and you're just listening to the intense orchestra music, you kind of lose yourself. You're almost removing yourself from reality and you're envisioning yourself in these fight scenes like Pirates of the Caribbean or Gladiator, How to Train Your Dragon, like all these kinds of things. Like, that's what I listen to. That's what just absolutely, and like, I've listened to these songs like literally every day for like the past 15 years, and I still hear new melodies and counter melodies and nuances in the orchestras that like, that's what fires me up. I'm getting fired up talking about it.
Dude, the song playlist is sacred for athletes, right? Not just runners, athletes. I don't listen to music too much when I run. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm not going to for the race, but I have to say my listening to music routine before, like, I take my headphones off to go to the starting line, right? Or right before I go warm up in college, I had to listen to the same couple playlists, right before my warm up would start, because as soon as those earbuds come off, I'm going into battle, like I am going to war, and so, but I had to have my songs that just get me to the place, and then it's headphones off, Max going into battle.
So you're going sans music for the marathon? No headphones.
No music at all. No music. None.
Just cruising.
No music at all. Just me and my insane, chaotic thoughts.
It's going to be a game time decision for me. I don't know. I don't know if I can run with the headphones in the helmet. I got to figure out to see if that works or not, but we'll see.
I would. Yeah, I mean, you'll make your decision. I wasn't thinking you were doing it just because I knew, number one, you have a lot of gear on. Number two, I thought maybe you weren't going to wear it just to be able to like interact with people in the race, or if you're spectators, or Jenny or whoever.
I'm running as if nobody's there. I'm running as if nobody's there.
Okay.
So I was telling Jenny about this today. I'm like, for something like this, like you're running a marathon and you're trying to qualify for the Boston Marathon, right?
Yeah.
You're one in a sea of a million. I mean, obviously, there's not a million people. You know what I'm saying? You're a runner, right? Like, you're dressed like a runner. You're running. Obviously, you have your goals. But when you're running your marathon, the person next to you, you don't know what the hell they're doing. The person behind you, the person in front of you, you don't know what their goals are. They may be running the best race of their life. They be having the worst race of their life. You have no freaking idea. You cross that finish line in 2:59. You just ran a sub 3 hour marathon. You just lost your goal by 4 or 5 minutes. But no one knows that. You still ran a great race. For me, I'm dressed in a full lacrosse uniform in public at a marathon. Like, I'm really putting myself out there. So, like, I'm not saying I'm getting in the zone more than you are. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is I'm putting myself out there in a way that's pretty unique. And my worst fear is telling people that I failed. Because I'll tell you what, I ran the Dallas half marathon trying to break that world record, and I failed. And that was a humbling moment for me. That sucked. Having to walk across the finish line. I still ran a great race. I ran, the record was a 1:33, and I ran a 1:34.
Jesus.
And
Were you all out for that? Was that empty the tank? That was everything you had? Or do you think it was just strategy was not there?
The problem was the weather in Texas is so bizarre that the marathon's in December. And it was 30s and 40s leading up to it every day. Race day was 68 and muggy. Like, it was just the worst weather that I could have possibly schemed up for that day, especially having trained in cold weather, and then all of a sudden it's muggy and high 60s. So I cramped up so bad I couldn't, like, push off. So, like, I had to stop like 5 times, and I never stop. Especially in a moment like that where I'm dressed like an idiot, you know what I mean, in public. And no offense to Buffalo, but like Dallas is 10 times the size of Buffalo. Like, it's a huge marathon, and it was a very, very, very humbling, especially because I had the backing of the football team I work for. I was all over their social media channels. I let everybody down. It was a very, very humbling experience. So that is like, that's the last time I've attempted something like this. So that's lodged in my head. So, like, I'll die out there on Sunday. I don't give a shit. Like, So, like, it's the blinders. It's, the snake eye. It's whatever you want to call it. I'm the only one out there running. And as soon as those fireworks go off and we take off, the countdown's on. I will cross that finish line in faster than 1 hour and 44 minutes. So, like, music or no music, it's me and that's it, so that's basically where I'm at. But
I'm hyped, man. That actually got me really motivated. I'm hyped to link up with you, and we're going to have a ton of cool content coming from Saturday and Sunday. Really, really excited I can't even wait till after the race, Goldy. and me and you do like a post-race interview or
I
something.
can't wait.
Like we're just gonna be crazy, man. I'm hyped, man. It's gonna be sick.
So
I'm
I mean, let's just tell the people. We got, we don't even know exactly what we're doing yet, but I'm flying to Buffalo tomorrow. So I'm going to be in Buffalo tomorrow night. Saturday morning,
the shakeout, Mac and Goldie style. We'll see kind of what kind of content we're doing. Little morning shakeout action over by where Goldie and I are staying, and that'll help get us kind of our legs ready to go for Sunday. And then Saturday afternoon, we're going to figure out the details on this. So make sure you follow our social medias, but Expo live, Expo interview, Expo stream. We're going to be there at the Expo talking to people at the Expo. We got some people pulling up to get their packets, everyone running, competing. Goldie and I are going to find some way to be either live on Instagram together or something, and we're going to get some content and film some cool videos while we're there, for
it's
sure.
going to be a blast. And, I just living in Texas, I love Texas. This is my new home, but Buffalo will forever be my home, my hometown. And I always get excited to visit and come back. So if you're doing the marathon, let me know. I'd love to link up with you, say hi, take a picture. And, just a reminder, I'm doing this as a fundraiser. So I'm going to be fundraising for the City of Buffalo Animal Shelter. The link's in the description below. Check it out. I'm going to be blasting it out a lot more now that we're getting to be a couple days out from it. And, listen, whether it's a Boston qualifier or world record, we're going to leave it all out there this weekend. There's no doubt about that. The reason that we do what we do is to inspire others to do their best. And honestly, I like being held accountable for this kind of stuff that I do. I like to talk the talk, but I also like to walk the walk. And, I like leading by example and showing others what they're capable of. And, Mac, I think you're in the same ilk there, huh?
Yeah, we're going to go to the well, and we're going to leave it all out there to hopefully push maybe even just one person to go chase their dream. It'd be worth it, right? So That's what we're doing it for.
So, listen, this is it. The last stream before we head out and do the damn thing. So encourage us, slide into those DMs, just give us a thumbs up, give us a wave, give us a go get them. Every little bit really does encourage us, and I hope you're enjoying this content. We're going to have a lot of fun stuff coming with you. So, Goldie, checking out from Dallas, Texas.
Mac, checking out from Rochester, New York.
We will see you live in Buffalo, New York in a couple days. Here we go, baby.
Let's go.